Hey everyone, Jamie Pate here, and welcome to another edition of Stop the Blur / Memory Planner / let's look and see what's going on inside of this last month's Memory Planner. Oh, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? Okay, taking a deep breath here. I still super am loving this process. And today I have a couple of specific things I want to make sure I share with you, even wrote a list, and then just going to kind of walk you through a couple of my weeks here in September and just talk about what is taking place on the page, because it got kind of busy actually. Okay, one of the first things I want to talk about is kind of a solution to what can often be a problem for me. Okay, one of the problems I have is I make the mistake of failing to go ahead and put the month and the weekdays on every week spread of my pages. And so then what I do, I get to the next page and I can't stamp flat because there's something on the other side that's very well attached and I can't move it. So for me, that's a problem. Going forward in October, I'm going to do a better job with that and pre-date all my pages. So write that down. There's a tip for you. Predate all your pages if you know how you're going to do that. So what I do instead, this is vellum paper from Heidi Swapp shop that is sticky. It's got a sticky back to it. So I actually really love stamping on this substrate. So that's what I did right here, and most of the weeks, I don't know if you can tell, you can tell a little bit how I cut around that September. So I stamped with my September stamp and jet black archival ink on the vellum paper and then just fancy cut around it. And I did that for almost all these pages here. Did it there again, and I didn't do it there because I pre-did that one. So kind of saved myself a little bit. So that's one of my tips for you, is pre-print your date. And if you don't, this really helps if you have a bumpy background that you don't want to stamp on. Okay, something else I want to point out for this month of September is I actually don't have a lot of photos on these pages this month, I realized. And I don't have a really great reason for that. I used one of the tips that Heidi taught in her September Stop the Blur class. If you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe to the Stop the Blur class at any time. If you subscribe now, October 15th, then you'll have access to her October class. This was from September, so I did get quite a few photos there, but I was on a trip, so of course that explains that. Other than that, I just don't have a lot of photos, and I really don't hate it at all. And I just want to point that out because I get that question often. What if you don't have a lot of photos? And I kind of talk about it every week or every month rather in my video, but I wanted to point that out here as well. This was a really big weekend for our family. We just did all the things and I have 4 pictures, and that's okay. It's just find your vibe, find your style, find what you enjoy to do, make it as minimalist as you want, layer it up as much as you want. I mean, these are your pages, make them yours. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Okay, something else that you're going to find pretty often actually on my Memory Planner pages, and I get the idea that there are a lot of memory planners who follow Stop the Blur who do the same thing. And here is one of the Stop the Blur kits. This is actually from June. And I reached in and I grabbed these alphas for this page. I had this color bar up here, and while the September kit, let me grab my September kit. This is what I have left of my September kit. This was the color for September's Stop the Blur kit, and I didn't really want to put it with this color bar. So instead I grabbed these, and I liked the pop. It's a little brighter. That's okay. I'm not looking for a perfect color match, but I did like that it went better than the green color. So organize your older kits or any kind of alphas that you have, and maybe put all your alphas all in one place so you can just kind of go through them and see what matches best for your liking. So that's another tip I wanted to share with you this month. There is a thing I like to do called currently. You can see I have it already written here currently. I used this last month, September's Stamp Society, to stamp that on there. And I found that I'm not being terribly consistent with currently right now, and I have no excuse for that. But I just want to show that I shared my currently 2 different ways this month in my planner. This one here, I just created a flap with one of the Heidi Swapp tags that's in the shop. And that way it opens up and I just have extra room here to add in the things that I want to add into what's currently happening this week. The other thing I did, and this was one of the lessons from Heidi's class in September, was this little pocket here. And so this gave me, I haven't even filled this one in yet, but this gave me lots of room. I'm glad I looked at this because I want to make sure I get my notes in there. So just if you are a currently person, I do these usually on Thursday and post on my Instagram account. And I have found that a lot of people really like the idea of just doing this currently reading, currently feeling, currently buying, currently listening to. It's a great inventory of what is happening in your life, like right now. So I just wanted to point that out to you as well, my little pocket idea that I used from Heidi's class to store that week's currently. Okay, going back to the very beginning of September. Now, September started on a Wednesday. I started adding to the month on Wednesday, but then I kind of just kept going. Here's another element from an old kit. And I'm going to tell you something about this photo here in a second, but I added some rub-ons to this time. Now, these are from 49 and Market, and they're just cute. And then I added this little bit over here as well, because I wanted these guys to talk to each other a little bit and complement and kind of bring this page together in a bit more of a cohesive way. This is also Embrace Imperfection, is a Tim Holtz. Sorry, I have color from a mixed media thing I was just doing under my nails. Yeah, I should have cleaned those first. It looks kind of grody. Trust me though, it's paint and whatnot. Anyway, let's continue on. So I haven't added rub-ons to my pages before, so I had a fun time doing that. And the thing I wanted to point out about this, when we first started, and I say we because the Heidi Swapp team has been doing not so much Stop the Blur, but a monthly planner since, I don't know, 5 years now. The very first time we started doing that, we had one page. I don't know if you had those books, but that memory planner was just one page for the whole entire month, which was kind of fun. I didn't hate it at all. I don't even know if I'd hate it now. We got really creative, but something I did every month was I added a family photo in. And when I had this one taken early in the month, this was on Labor Day, I'm like, James, come on. Get a monthly family photo. So that's my little challenge. That's my tip and my challenge to you. Make sure if it's you and your pet, take a picture every month and record that and document that, and help stop the blur a little bit by doing that as well. Okay. I wanted to pop over to almost the last week of the month. Now, I'm not going to really show this week because I don't have it done yet. And this is a couple days here in September, and then we started October. You can see my note there for the date. So I'm ending this month's look at my memory planner with this week. But what I want to talk about here on this page for a second, especially for those of you who do use Stop the Blur kits, I did a whole lot of combining on this page, and I really actually had a lot of fun. So this was from September. This is a printable that you can get if you belong to the October Stop the Blur subscription class. So that little printable and this one here are all available, and Mom Life there are all available right now until the middle of November if you sign up for that class. This label here is from September. That's from September. This is October. This is stamps from Stamp Society. This is all October right here. And these cute, adorable stamps. This is October's Stamp Society. This little stamp here is October. This is September. This is September. And here's some more October. I just wanted to point out, like, grab your kits or grab a collection you love, because you don't have to have the kit. You never have to have the kit. We were doing Stop the Blur / memory planners before we had a kit. So don't think you have to have a kit. I just, for those of you who might be interested to know, there's big combination, kind of like this transition as we do move into actual October that happened here on this page. And I really love how it turned out. So that's another tip for you. Something I want to share with you, my days really are, I do really try to capture like what happened in my days. And even if it's, if it's a sick week, which I had a sick week here, and the little things that happened during that week, if it's just my to-do list, I love having my to-do list in there, because I know 5 years from now when life is different, I'm not going to remember why I felt so worn out during this time. But sometimes I don't do the day, but I kind of celebrate something that happened in a day. And I call that sort of a scrapbook page spread on a day. And that's what I kind of did here. So, started with a photo, tucked in some labels and stamps and stamped on the page, used that banner stamp there and some more stamps, added journaling. And like I said, it is like a little scrapbook page, mini, 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 very small. When I mean mini, I mean small. So just something else I want to share with you. Again, you might not have something that you feel like, I really don't want to just recap my day again. Okay, then like what's something in your day? Did you go on a hike? Did you have an awesome cup of coffee and you took a picture of it? Did you go out to dinner with friends? Did you catch the photo of the sunset? Doesn't matter. I mean, you get the idea, right? Just make a little mini day. Am I saying it right? Just make a little scrapbook page on that singular day. Okay, so as we wrap this up this month, I just want to show you each of these pages here kind of in real time and what is going on. Lots of words, lots of stamping. I got so into stamping this month. I was like, do I have a blank space? I'm going to stick a stamp in there. I don't know. I felt a little more artsy this time with that. Big letters on significant kind of days. I wrote a lot on September 11. I currently almost always goes up there on Friday if I actually did it. I loved using these tabs, and you can make your own tabs at any time, but I think I really like having tabs on these pages. That is super cool. This was a fun vellum page with some collage stamping that I did there. My vacation week was super linear. So like photo journaling, and then the trip home was not fun, but I had no photos from that day. So that was a super straightforward way to go about a whole entire week. And I suggest that even just for anybody, photo journaling. And then you saw this page already. This is the last thing I have fully done this month in my memory planner. So I will have all kinds of links below. Please ask me any questions. I kind of feel like I marathoned through this a little bit, or sprinted rather. I guess I didn't marathon. Just had a lot I wanted to share with you. And I hope you wrote down those points or watch this again, or let me know too. Any questions you have, something you'd like me to cover in future months, I would love to put that on my list. Thank you all so much for being here. You make this community just a really great place, and I will see you in the next video.